On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Doll.
A child's toy that typically represents a human figure, especially a young girl, an attractive woman, a woman who is subservient or passive.
Examples:
Plastic doll, rag doll. The antique doll was worth thousands of dollars.
Wealth.
A large amount of money, property, or other things that someone or an organization owns.
Examples:
Majority of his wealth. Material wealth. The wealth inequality was unavoidable.
Population.
The total number of people in a country, region, or location.
Examples:
Population change. Labor population. In just 4 years, the population has doubled.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Divergence.
The act or process of separating and moving in different directions, a difference or variance between two or more things or ideas, a deviation from a common or shared path or goal.
Examples:
Divergence angle. Ideological divergence. The divergence in opinions among the team members led to a delay in completing the project.
Slide.
To move or cause to move smoothly along a surface without interruption.
Examples:
Slide a card across the table. Slide a glance. If necessary, you can slide the front seats forward.
Simplify.
To make something more straightforward, more understandable, or easier to do.
Examples:
Simplify my life. Simplify the process. Please simplify your explanation for the children.
Ratio.
The relative size or amount of one thing to another, typically expressed in the form of a fraction or decimal.
Examples:
Debt-to-income ratio. Ratio of boys to girls. The ratio of water to sugar in the recipe is 1:2.
Capita.
A Latin word meaning head, used to express the amount for each person, any head or head-like expansion on a structure, as on a bone.
Examples:
per capita sales, the agricultural yield per capita. GDP per capita shrunk by almost 10% for the third consecutive year.
Gross:
being the total amount of something before any deductions, obese and ugly or unpleasant.
Examples:
the gross amount, gross injustice. The drastic reorganization has significantly increased this company's gross profits.
Domestic:
relating to or inside a particular country, not foreign or international.
Examples:
domestic airline, a domestic animal. GDP stands for gross domestic product.
Chart:
a visual display of information such as a diagram, lists of figures, etc., a map designed to assist navigation by air or sea.
Examples:
a weather chart, a statistical chart. This pie chart represents our market share.
Exponential:
becoming more and more rapid, of or involving mathematical exponents.
Examples:
exponential growth, exponential function. Since the 1990s, the Internet has continued to experience exponential growth.
Differ:
to be not like someone or something in some way.
Examples:
differ from the majority, differ according to species. The two products differed in their quality and price.
Parity:
the state or condition of being equal, especially in status or payment.
Examples:
gender parity, parity of fighting ability. We have yet to achieve wage or occupational parity for women in many fields.
Empire:
a group of countries ruled by one leader or government.
Examples:
empire building, Empire of the Maya. He has built a thriving e-commerce empire.
Statistics:
the discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
statistics for cancer, official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Vast:
enormous in size, number, amount, or quantity.
Examples:
vast majority, vast desert. A vast audience viewed the broadcast.
Territory:
an area under the control of a ruler or state.
Examples:
acquire territory, territory in charge. They incorporated the conquered territory into their nation.
Percentage.
The number, amount, or rate of something, which is usually the amount per 100.
Examples:
The percentage of the gold content. A high percentage. What is the percentage of the consumption tax in the United States?
Quarter.
One of 4 equal parts, a fourth part or portion.
Examples:
A quarter mile. End of the first quarter. The unemployment rate in the first quarter was 2.3 percentage points higher than in the previous.
Motherland.
A term used to refer to one's country of birth or origin, especially in a patriotic or emotional context, the land where one's ancestors or family originated.
Examples:
Motherland defenders. Songs of Motherland. He always spoke proudly of his motherland during the war.
Imperial.
Relating to or associated with an empire or the person or country that rules it.
Examples:
Imperial rule. Imperial palace. The Imperial Palace is now undergoing repairs.
Metropole.
The main hub or central city of a country or region, the principal city or urban center of a metropolitan area or a colony.
Examples:
Metropole influence. Cultural metropole. Due to its rich cultural heritage, the thriving metropole region attracts millions of tourists yearly.
Colonial.
Of or relating to a colony, equals a territory that is controlled by a more powerful country, to the period of time during which a country or region was a colony.
Examples:
Oppressive colonial rule. Colonial style. The city has a rich colonial history, with many historic buildings and landmarks.
Possession.
The state or fact of owning or having something.
Examples:
Possession of the evidence. A territorial possession. That painting is my possession, and I inherited it from my grandmother.
Blame.
To think or say that someone or something did something wrong or is responsible for something bad.
Examples:
Blame circumstances for the failure. Blame the lack of knowledge. We blamed our impeded progress on lack of money.
Imp.
A mischievous or misbehaving child, a small and mischievous demon or sprite in folklore.
Examples:
A little imp. Behave like an imp. The mischievous imp caused trouble wherever it went.
Pre-exist.
To exist or occur before something else, especially referring to a time period or event, to predate or come before.
Examples:
Pre-exist the modern city. Pre-exist the current political tensions. The idea for the novel pre-existed as fragments of a dream in the author's mind.
Oriental.
Relating to Asia or the eastern part of the world, specifically associated with the cultural, artistic, and architectural traditions of Asia.
Examples:
Oriental philosophy, Oriental culture. The Oriental cuisine at this restaurant is delicious.
Ottoman.
A historical empire founded at the end of the 13th century in northwestern Anatolia by the Turkoman tribal leader Osman I, used as ottoman, a type of upholstered seat or bench without a back or arms, typically used as a stool or footstool, or in some cases as a coffee table.
Examples:
Ottoman Empire, Ottoman furniture. The Ottoman Sultan was considered the supreme ruler and held great authority.
Explanation:
The information or arguments that someone provides to make something understandable or clear.
Examples:
The explanation for the failure. Detailed explanation. The following explanation is currently being used to explain the phenomenon in question.
Zenith.
The highest point or peak, the point in the sky directly above the observer, the culmination or apex of something.
Examples:
Zenith of success, zenith of popularity. Reaching the zenith of his career was a long and difficult climb, but it was worth it.
Considerable.
Large in size, extent, amount, or significance, noteworthy or substantial in importance.
Examples:
Considerable effort, considerable impact. She was faced with considerable challenges in her new job.
Colonize.
To establish a colony in or on a specific place, to settle or occupy in large numbers.
Examples:
Colonize planets, colonize for cultivation. European powers colonized much of the Americas in the 16th and 17th centuries.
Lexicographer.
A person who compiles or edits dictionaries, often by studying and documenting the meanings, origins, and usage of words and phrases.
Examples:
Academic lexicographer, famous lexicographer. The well-respected lexicographer published an innovative new dictionary that redefined the way words are defined.
Pose.
To present a risk, problem, or other issues that must be addressed.
Examples:
Pose a significant threat to my company. Pose a challenge. The chemicals pose a massive health risk.
Novel.
An extended fictional work in prose, usually in the form of a story, adjective, original and of a kind not seen before.
Examples:
Historical novel, novel effect. The novel has largely gotten positive feedback.
Conquest.
The act or process of taking control of a country, area, or situation.
Examples:
Imperial conquest. Make a conquest. He continued to grow his empire through conquest.
Invade.
To enter aggressively into another's territory by military force for conquest and occupation.
Examples:
Invade other tissues. Invade his privacy. I have no intention to invade your privacy.
Colony.
A country or an area that is governed by a more powerful country that is often far away.
Examples:
Plant a colony. A colony of bacteria. The colony declared its independence and became a republic.
Roughly.
Approximately, but not precisely, with a violent manner.
Examples:
Roughly explain my idea. Roughly speaking. 5 miles is roughly similar to 8 kilometers.
Introduction.
A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event, the act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market.
Examples:
Introduction education. Self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging.
Belated.
Happening or arriving late or after the expected or desired time, delayed or deferred beyond an appropriate or acceptable point.
Examples:
Belated apology. Belated birthday wishes. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to send a belated response to your email.
Christ.
The man that Christians believe is the prophet and the Son of God, and whose life and sermons form the basis for Christianity.
Examples:
Teaching of Christ. Before Christ. Christmas is the day to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Dominate.
To have or control a lot of power and influence over somebody or something.
Examples:
Dominate possession. Dominate over the weak. The perspective of his right brain dominates his consciousness.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Defeat.
To win against somebody in a fight, war, or attempt.
Examples:
Defeat a global power. Defeat body odor. Despite his best efforts, he was unable to defeat the enemy.
Victorious.
Being the winner in a game, competition, election, war, etc.
Examples:
The victorious entry. The victorious army. The victorious troops marched back to their homeland.
Invention.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples:
The invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Geography.
A field of science devoted to the study of the lands, features, inhabitants, and phenomena of the earth.
Examples:
Geography class. Economic geography. She did well on her geography exam.
Conduct.
To organize and carry out a particular activity.
Examples:
Conduct a background check. Conduct research. Police will conduct random breath testing for drunk driving.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
Experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Institute.
An organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb, to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Germ.
A very tiny living that causes the disease, a piece of something such as an organism, concept, etc., capable of growing into a new one or part of one.
Examples:
Antibiotic-resistant germ. A germ-free environment. The germ of his idea came from watching birds flying in flocks.
Divide.
To separate or cause to separate into parts or groups.
Examples:
Divide the cake into 2 pieces. Divide money equally. Can you divide 123,321 by 11?
Communist.
Relating to or supporting the political ideology of communism, equals a form of socialism that abolishes private ownership.
Examples:
Communist Party. Communist activist. During the Cold War, many countries feared the spread of communist ideology.
Incredibly.
In a way that is very difficult to believe, exceedingly, or extremely.
Examples:
Incredibly cheerful character. Get incredibly insecure. Several cities are experiencing incredibly high unemployment rates.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Republic.
A state or country in which the people and their elected representatives hold supreme power and which has an elected or nominated president rather than a monarch.
Examples:
Republic democracy. The Republic of Art. The United States is a federal presidential constitutional republic.
Peninsula.
A long piece of land that is almost surrounded by water but is linked to a larger part of the land.
Examples:
The tip of the peninsula. The Arab Peninsula. That peninsula was an essential base for the country's defense.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Tradition.
A belief, custom, or way of doing something that has been passed down from generation to generation within a group or society.
Examples:
A tradition of a culture. Against tradition. It is a tradition in many families to have a big Thanksgiving dinner with all their relatives.
Uniform.
Always the same, showing a single form or character in all occurrences. Noun, the special set of clothes worn by members of a particular group as a means of identification.
Examples:
At a uniform temperature. Our school uniform. This country has a nationally uniform culture.
Admittedly.
Used to acknowledge a fact or statement, often one that weakens or contradicts an argument or opinion, conceitedly.
Examples:
Admittedly true. Admittedly controversial. The book was admittedly difficult to follow, but still worth reading.
Significance.
The importance or value attached to something. The quality of being significant or noteworthy.
Examples:
Significance level. Mystical significance. The significance of his discovery cannot be overstated.
Blacksmith.
A smith who forges and shapes iron with a hammer and anvil.
Examples:
Blacksmith welding. Blacksmith shop. The blacksmith shaped a horseshoe on his anvil.
Bow.
To bend your knee or body, or lower your head. Noun, a weapon made of a curved piece of wood or other flexible material, strung with a cord and used to shoot arrows.
Examples:
Bow and greet. A bow wave. She bowed to the audience after her performance.
Statue.
A sculpture of a person or animal, typically made of stone or metal, that is intended to represent the subject in a lifelike or symbolic way.
Examples:
A beautiful statue. The ancient Egyptian statues. The statue of the famous hero stood proudly in the town square.
Royal.
Relating to or belonging to the king or queen or a member of their family.
Examples:
A royal palace. Prince Royal. She is willing to give up her position in the royal family to marry him.
Bet.
To risk money on the result of an event or a competition, such as a race or game, to get more money, to have faith or confidence in something.
Examples:
Bet on a race. Bet my future. I bet that you know it.
Difficulty.
A condition or state that causes problems.
Examples:
The degree of difficulty. Difficulty in breathing. He has difficulty exercising because of a back injury sustained in an accident.
Stationary.
Not moving or not capable of being changed.
Examples:
Remain stationary. Stationary bike. Stationary vehicles in traffic jams produce a tremendous amount of pollution.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Acquire.
To buy or obtain something such as an asset, object, knowledge, etc., for oneself.
Examples:
Acquire knowledge. Acquire a new company. Children acquire language at a fantastic rate.
Complement.
To improve or make something more appealing by adding or contributing extra features to it.
Examples:
Complement existing rules. Complement each other. Our application aims to complement the feature of web browsers.
Consistent.
Always behaving or happening in the same way, or having the same thoughts, standards, etc.
Examples:
Do on a consistent basis. Get consistent results. You are not consistent in your behavior.
Inferior.
Lower in rank, status, or quality.
Examples:
An inferior poet. Inferior quality. The new employee's work was inferior to that of the experienced workers in the team.
Soil.
The top layer of earth in which plants grow.
Examples:
Soils retentive of moisture. Parched soil. Soil moisture is another significant component controlling soil respiration.
Climate.
The weather in a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Translate.
To convert or change words into another language.
Examples:
Translate a document into English. Translate the emotion to a movement. Translate the text from Italian into English.
App.
Abbreviation for application, software designed to run on smartphones and other mobile devices or inside a web browser on a PC.
Examples:
Killer app. Cannot log into the app. The discovery of a critical bug caused the company to delay the app's release.
Icon.
A picture or statue of a holy person considered to be a sacred thing, a little icon on the screen of a computer or smartphone that denotes an application or a file.
Examples:
Icon for young people. Television icon. Some comic book characters are considered gay icons.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Competition.
A situation in which someone is attempting to beat or outperform another.
Examples:
The first round of the competition. Interspecific competition. Global competition is rising in virtually every industry.
Revolution.
A large-scale attempt to overthrow the government of a country, often using violence or war.
Examples:
Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. A political revolution. The revolution by the citizen resulted in a redistribution of wealth.
Property.
A thing or things that belong to someone.
Examples:
A man of property. Chemical property. He stood to inherit $1 million property.
Medicinal.
Of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease.
Examples:
Medicinal chemistry. Traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Consume.
To spend something, especially fuel, energy, or time, in a large amount.
Examples:
Consume a large of alcohol. Consume electricity. A smaller car will consume less fuel.
Ethic.
A set of moral principles or values that govern behavior.
Examples:
Ethic principle. The Puritan ethic. The company had a strict work ethic and expected its employees to follow it.
Synthesize.
To combine a substance to make a more complex product or compound.
Examples:
Synthesize molecules. Synthesize information. The spider has the ability to synthesize multiple different silk proteins.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Corporation.
A large company or group of companies that are controlled together by law as a single unit.
Examples:
A public corporation. Corporation assets. 4 companies were amalgamated into a single corporation.
Sovereign.
A king or queen.
Examples:
Sovereign wealth fund. A sovereign state. King George was the sovereign of England.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Monolithic.
Characterized by massiveness, rigidity, and uniformity.
Examples:
Monolithic block. Monolithic system. Big technology companies try to integrate customers' data into monolithic applications.
Humanity.
All people living on the earth, the quality or state of being human rather than an animal, a machine, etc.
Examples:
Humanity at large. Mass of humanity. They donated large sums of money for the development of humanity.
Ambition.
A strong wish to do or achieve something.
Examples.
An ambition for political power. Boundless ambition. Greed and ambition composed his personality.
Standardize.
To make uniform or consistent in form, quality, or performance. To establish or implement a standard or standardization process.
Examples.
Standardize a language. Standardize administrative practices. The company standardized its procedures to improve efficiency and quality control.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples.
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Memorize.
To learn something carefully so that you will remember it exactly.
Examples.
Memorize musical scores. Try hard to memorize the lines. Lawyers need to memorize even the most minor provisions of the law.
Numb.
Unable to feel physical sensation and movement, not showing human feeling or sensitivity.
Examples.
Numb with cold. A numb mind. My left arm became numb.
Essay.
A short piece of writing on a particular topic, usually written by a student as a part of a course of study.
Examples.
Score the SAT essays. Thoughtful essay. The chief editor checks all essays for plagiarism with software.
Writ.
A written legal order or command.
Examples.
A writ of summons. Issue a writ. He was served with a writ of eviction, giving him the notice to vacate the property.
Achieve.
To successfully complete a task or goal, often through hard work, perseverance, and dedication, to attain or accomplish something that one has set out to do.
Examples.
Achieve success. Achieve milestones. I will work hard to achieve my goals and realize my dreams.
Crucial.
Extremely vital or necessary.
Examples.
Crucial information. A crucial issue for women. The revitalization of technology companies is crucial to the country's growth.
Experimental.
Relating to or based on new ideas, forms, methods, etc. that have not been tried before, usually to find out what effect they have.
Examples.
Experimental data. Experimental design. The product is still in the experimental stage.
Extraordinary.
Exceptional, unexpected, very unusual, surpassing the ordinary or usual.
Examples.
Extraordinary ability. Extraordinary weather. He narrated the extraordinary story of his adventure.
Newtonian.
Relating to Sir Isaac Newton or his laws of motion and universal gravitation.
Examples:
Newtonian physics. Newtonian mechanics. The motion of planets can be described using Newtonian mechanics.
Physics.
The science of matter and energy and their interactions.
Examples:
Nuclear physics. Laws of physics. He studied the physics of radiation.
Ballistic.
Relating to or resembling the motion or behavior of a projectile in flight, intensely angry or out of control.
Examples:
Ballistic missile. Ballistic vest. The boss went ballistic when he found out we missed the deadline.
Artillery.
Large caliber guns used in warfare, typically operated by a crew and mounted on wheels or in a fixed position. Any military weapons, equipment, or vehicles that are operated by a special branch or unit of the armed forces.
Examples:
Artillery fire. Coastal artillery. The army brought in heavier artillery to break through the enemy defenses.
Accurate.
Correct and exact in all details.
Examples:
Provide accurate information. Accurate measurements. The official transcript contains accurate academic records.
Demolish.
To completely destroy or tear down a building, structure, or other entity, to ruin or eliminate the effectiveness or power of something.
Examples:
Demolish a myth. Demolish a bridge. The city decided to demolish the old, unsafe building and build a new one.
Observatory.
A building designed and equipped to observe the planets, the stars, the weather, etc.
Examples:
Space observatory. A meteorological observatory. That astronomical observatory stands at the top of the mountain.
Blasphemy.
Action, attitude, or language that is offensive or shows a lack of respect for sacred character or religion.
Examples:
Commit blasphemy. Blasphemy against the law. It is blasphemy to say such a thing.
Inquire.
To ask for information about something or from someone, to investigate or look into a matter to gain clarification or understanding.
Examples:
Inquire at reception. Inquire into the matter. I need to inquire about the details of the job interview.
Folk.
People in general, especially those of a particular group or type.
Examples:
folk art. The folk songs of a particular district. Some seaweed was used as folk medicine in ancient times.
Deed.
Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document signed and sealed and delivered to effect a transfer of property and to show the legal right to possess it.
Examples:
Deed of assignment. Do good deeds. There was a significant difference between word and deed.
Indenture.
A legal agreement between two parties, typically a contract of apprenticeship or a deed of conveyance, that is written in duplicate or triplicate and separated by indentations to prevent fraud or alteration, and is often used to bind a person to a specific job or service.
Examples:
Indenture agreement. Legal indenture. The legal contract included an indenture that stipulated the responsibilities of each party.
Acre.
A unit of land area in the U.S. customary system and the British imperial system, equal to 4,840 square yards, equals 4,047 square meters.
Examples:
Half-acre parcel. An acre of forest. The farm covers over 200 acres of land.
Grant.
To agree to give or allow somebody.
Examples:
Grant a new license. Grant a land. The chairperson granted him the right to speak.
Elite.
Belonging to the wealthiest, most potent, best educated, or best trained group in a society.
Examples:
Earn elite status. Elite athlete. Very few educational elites go to Oxford or Cambridge.
Descend.
To move downward and lower, to come from or to be connected by a relationship of blood.
Examples:
Descend a steep hill. Descend by elevator. She was descended from an old Italian noble family.
Conquistador.
A Spanish conqueror of the Americas in the 16th and 17th centuries.
Examples:
Conquistador invasion. Conquistador conquest. The Spanish conquistadors were explorers and conquerors who claimed much of the Americas for their country.
Ownership.
The state or fact of possessing, controlling, or having the right to something, the legal and moral right to use or dispose of something as one chooses.
Examples:
Property ownership. Share ownership. The company's ownership has changed hands several times in the past few years.
Rural.
Of or relating to the countryside.
Examples:
Rural accents. People in rural areas. Many rural areas are still impoverished.
Breakthrough.
A sudden, dramatic, and important discovery or development that helps to improve a situation or provide an answer to a problem.
Examples:
Breakthrough in the negotiations. Breakthrough discovery. A technique called deep learning has led to breakthroughs in AI.
Infectious.
Able to be passed quickly from one person, animal, or plant to another, especially through air or water.
Examples:
An infectious fever. Person's smile is infectious. Leprosy is an indolent infectious disease.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Expectancy.
The anticipation, belief, or likelihood of something happening or occurring in the future. The state of expecting or looking forward to something.
Examples:
Life expectancy. Customer expectancy. There is a high expectancy for the new product to exceed sales targets.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
Financial independence. Independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.
Industrial.
Of or relating to or resulting from industry.
Examples:
Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Industrial alcohol. Industrial design has become more focused on human nature aspect than ever before.
Guarantee.
To promise something will happen formally, especially that certain conditions about a product, service, or transaction would be met.
Examples:
Guarantee a high quality. Guarantee women equality. We cannot guarantee enough raw material sources.
Propel.
To move, drive, or push something forward or in a particular direction, often with a lot of force.
Examples:
Propel growth. Propel the ship. An increase in employment helps propel economic growth.
Technological.
Based on scientific and industrial progress.
Examples:
Technological advancement. Technological policy. Technological advances have disrupted many industries.
Embrace.
To accept something willingly and enthusiastically. Noun, the act of clasping another person in the arms as in greeting or affection.
Examples:
Embrace an opportunity. A warm embrace. The woods embrace the house.
Alternative.
One of two or more available possibilities or choice.
Examples:
An alternative plan. There is no other alternative. Doctors are gradually coming around to the idea of using alternative medicines.
Propose.
To make a proposal, declare a plan for something.
Examples:
Propose the amendment. Propose changes. I want to propose a toast in honor of our long-standing relationship.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples:
Institutionalize a system. Institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Poverty.
The condition of being extremely poor.
Examples:
Poverty alleviation. The cycle of poverty. Many studies have investigated the relationship between poverty and academic achievement.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples:
Literature of permanent value. Permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Fin.
A thin flat part on the body of a fish or other aquatic animal used for propulsion or balance.
Examples:
Back fin. A fin of a plane. The shark's powerful fins allowed it to swim at high speeds.
Maximum.
The largest or greatest amount or value attainable or attained.
Examples:
Maximum limit. The maximum speed. The maximum temperature recorded this summer was higher than average.
Peculiar.
Odd and uncommon, sometimes in an unpleasant way.
Examples:
Peculiar way. Peculiar people. The juice has a peculiar taste.
Protestant.
Belonging to or connected with a member of a Western Christian church that is separate from the Roman Catholic Church and that is based on the teachings of Martin Luther and other reformers.
Examples:
Moderate Protestant groups. Protestant church. The Protestant Reformation was a major event in the history of Christianity.
Incentive.
Something, such as a punishment, reward, etc., that encourages a person to do something.
Examples:
financial incentives, an incentive to work hard. They have no incentive to win the game.
Phenomenon:
something that exists and can be perceptible, especially one that is not fully understood.
Examples:
natural phenomenon, historical phenomenon. A rainbow is a natural phenomenon.
Mathematics:
the science dealing with the logic of quantities, shapes, spaces, and arrangement.
Examples:
a good grounding in mathematics. Mathematics competition. He has a flair for mathematics.
Attainment:
the act of achieving or accomplishing something, the state of having achieved a specific level of skill or ability, a goal that has been reached or accomplished.
Examples:
academic attainment, personal attainment. Earning a college degree is a great attainment and a major accomplishment.
League:
an association of sports teams who compete against each other, an obsolete unit of distance of variable length, equal to about 3 miles or 4,000 meters.
Examples:
league championship, a baseball league. He was recruited to play in the professional league.
District:
a part of a country or town, especially one with particular features.
Examples:
school districts, urban districts. Since 2001, the district has provided training programs for automotive technicians.
Gap:
a conspicuous disparity or difference separates something such as a figure, people, their opinions, situation, etc.
Examples:
the gap between ideal and reality. Distance gap. Many people are working together to close the gender gap.
Kingdom:
the country ruled by a king or queen.
Examples:
establish his kingdom, a subordinate kingdom. By remaining neutral, this kingdom continued to exist.
Assume:
to think or accept something to be true without having proof of it, to take or begin to have power, to begin to exhibit a specific quality or appearance.
Examples:
assume a lousy attitude to his boss. Assume an important role. The following example assumes that the capacity of each battery is the same.
Smartphone:
a mobile phone that functions as a computer and connects to the internet.
Examples:
smartphone app developer, smartphone addict. Internet traffic volumes have increased significantly with the advent of smartphones.
Assemble:
to collect in one place as a single group.
Examples:
Assemble your colleagues. Assemble a jigsaw puzzle. The president began to assemble an army.
Innovation.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation.
Examples.
Innovation leader. Cutting-edge innovation. The vegetarian burger was an innovation that quickly spread to the United Kingdom.
Patent.
A legal document that grants an inventor exclusive rights to their invention for a certain period of time, the invention or process for which a patent has been granted.
Examples.
Patent application. Patent law. The company has filed for a patent to protect its new invention.
Overtake.
To catch up to and pass by someone or something that is in front of you, usually about moving vehicles, to come to a point where you become more successful, important, or influential than someone or something else.
Examples.
Overtake a rival. Overtake a milestone. The race car driver knew he had to overtake the other drivers to win the race.
Download.
To transfer data or files from the internet or computer network to a user's computer or device. Noun. The process of transferring data or information from a remote or central computer to a local computer or device.
Examples.
Download files from the internet. Download the assignment from the website. I need to download the latest update for my computer's operating system.
Adopt.
To choose to follow something, to legally take a child from another family and care for them as if they were one's own.
Examples.
Adopt a child. Adopt a bill. The National Assembly has adopted the budget.
Lifetime.
The duration of someone's life or of something's existence.
Examples.
Lifetime benefits. Lifetime ban formed the sport. She had lived through 2 world wars in her lifetime.
Generation.
All the people born and living at about the same time, regarded collectively, the production of heat or electricity.
Examples.
Generation gap. The generation of electricity. The younger generation has different values and beliefs than the older one.
Wit.
The ability to say or write things or ideas in a clever and humorous way.
Examples.
The wit of man. Full of wit. He has the wit to keep talking about this topic.
Predominance.
The state or condition of being dominant, prevalent, or more powerful or influential than others. The act or process of being in control or having authority or superiority over something or someone.
Examples.
Global predominance. Military predominance. The predominance of fast food restaurants in the area has increased obesity rates.
Quest.
A long or challenging search for something.
Examples:
The quest for truth. On a quest for happiness. That adventurer traveled in quest of buried treasure.
Delete.
To remove something, especially that has been written, to wipe out digitally or magnetically recorded information.
Examples:
Delete a file. Delete this modification. Highlight the sentences that you want to delete.
Sequence.
A series of related events, actions, numbers, etc., which have a particular order.
Examples:
The sequence of the seasons. The DNA sequence. We do move forward with those tasks in sequence next week.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Implication.
Something that is inferred or indirectly stated, the act or fact of being involved in something.
Examples:
The implication in a crime. The implication of a word. His poem has a very significant implication.
Transition.
The process or period of changing from one state or circumstance to another.
Examples:
Transition phase. Ensure a smooth transition. The nation's healthcare system is in transition at the moment.
Security.
The state of being free from danger, risk, or harm, measures taken to protect against threats or attacks, a financial asset, such as a stock or bond that derives value exclusively from the ownership interest or claim to a particular underlying asset or obligation.
Examples:
National security. Security analyst. The building's security system includes cameras, alarms, and security guards.
Warn.
To make someone aware of potential danger or difficulty, particularly one that may occur in the future.
Examples:
Warn a reckless driver. Warned me of the plan. I attempted to warn him, but he ignored me.
Systematize.
To organize, arrange, or establish something according to a specific system or method. To structure or regulate a process or procedure in an orderly and efficient manner.
Examples:
Systematize the process. Systematize information. The manager decided to systematize the workflow to ensure better efficiency and productivity.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
on an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Representative:
someone who speaks or acts officially on behalf of another person or group of people.
Examples:
an official representative. Sales representative. The media representatives had special passes.
Government:
the group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Demolition:
the act of destroying or tearing down a building or other structure.
Examples:
demolition site. Demolition work. The city authorized the demolition of the abandoned building.
AI.
Abbreviation for artificial intelligence, the theory and development of computer systems capable of doing activities that would ordinarily need human intelligence, such as object recognition, speech recognition, decision-making, and language translation.
Examples:
AI expert. Apply AI technology to art. The evolution of processors has dramatically improved the performance of AI.
Studio:
a room or building where creative or artistic work is produced, a television or radio production company.
Examples:
a photo studio. Music studio. She works at a recording studio in Los Angeles.
Detain:
to keep someone in official custody, to prevent them from leaving.
Examples:
detain a terrorist. Detain for investigation. The police detained the suspect for questioning.
Rebuild:
to build again or anew.
Examples:
rebuild a company. Rebuild communities. They are planning to rebuild the house after the fire.
Define:
to state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Civilization:
a complex and highly organized society that has developed over time and has a dominant culture, including features such as language, religion, government, technology, and social customs.
Examples:
civilization decline. Lost civilization. The rise and fall of civilizations can be studied through history and archaeology.
Fateful:
having great or significant consequences, decisive or momentous in shaping the future, often refers to an event that is believed to be predetermined or marked by destiny.
Examples:
Fateful decision. Fateful event. Their fateful encounter set into motion events that would change their lives forever.
Nail.
A thin, pointed piece of metal with a flat head used for fastening things together, the thin hard layer covering and protecting the outer tip of the fingers or toes.
Examples:
Rusty nail. Nail clipper. He used a hammer and round nail to fix the loose board on the fence. Civilian. A person who is not a member of the military or armed forces, a person who is not a law enforcement officer or public official in a position of authority or responsibility.
Examples:
Civilian casualties. Civilian life. The army is instructed not to target any civilians during the conflict. Violent. Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Warrior.
A person who engaged in or experienced warfare, especially in the past.
Examples:
Armored warrior. Warrior spirit. The poem depicts the heroics of a legendary warrior. Despot. A ruler with absolute power, especially one who abuses that power.
Examples:
Evil despot. The despot's reign. The country's people lived under the despot's rule for many years, enduring abuse and persecution. Chief. Most important or primary, noun, a person who is in charge. Examples: Chief accountant. Chief events of the year. Mining is a chief source of income for the country. Warfare. The use of military force to achieve political, economic, or social objectives. Examples: Warfare aircraft. Spiritual warfare. The country has been engaged in a prolonged conflict, with both sides using modern warfare tactics. Riot. A violent disturbance of the peace by a crowd, characterized by destruction of property, looting, arson, and attacks on individuals. Examples: Riot police. Riot control gas. The riots in the city have left many buildings damaged and several people injured. Tyranny. A form of government in which a single ruler has absolute power, often exercised cruelly and oppressively, the arbitrary or oppressive exercise of power or control over others. Examples: Brutal tyranny. tyranny of the majority. The country was ruled by a tyranny that oppressed its citizens.
Parliament.
A legislative body, especially the one that represents the people of a country or state.
Examples:
Disband parliament. Event of a hung parliament. He was a member of parliament.
Justice.
The quality of being fair and reasonable and treating people equally according to their due.
Examples:
Criminal justice. Justice of heaven. The judge's ruling was based on the principles of justice and fairness.
Maintain.
To continue to uphold or sustain, to keep in a particular state or condition, to assert or declare something to be true.
Examples:
Maintain order. Maintain good health. I need to maintain my car regularly to prevent any major mechanical issues.
Continually.
In a way that happens without interruption or repeatedly.
Examples:
Continually access information. Continually changing world. Her tongue runs on continually.
Comfort.
A state of physical ease and freedom from pain or constraint.
Examples:
Words of comfort. Comfort level. He found comfort in the warm embrace of his loved ones.
Reign.
The period of time during which a monarch or government holds power. Verb, to be the king or queen.
Examples:
Reign of a dictator. Reign as sovereign. The dictator's reign was characterized by widespread human rights abuses and suppression of political opposition.
Harass.
To annoy, torment, or pester persistently, to subject someone to repeated or chronic attacks or unwelcome attention.
Examples:
Harass the enemy. Harass with constant criticism. She was constantly harassed by her ex-boyfriend and had to get a restraining order.
Afford.
To have enough money or time to be able to buy or do something.
Examples:
Afford to buy a new car. Afford a high travel cost. He cannot afford a holiday.
Mass.
A large amount of a substance with no definite shape or form, a large number of people or things grouped or crowded together.
Examples:
A mass of molten rock. Critical mass. The mass of people who do not own property is politically impotent.
Decline.
To become gradually smaller, fewer, worse, etc., to refuse to accept.
Examples:
Decline a job offer. Decline in quality. As people age, their digestive capacity also gradually declines.
Inevitable.
Certain to happen and unavoidable.
Examples:
Inevitable changes of the seasons. Inevitable result. In times of recession, an increase in unemployment is inevitable.
Operate.
To work in a particular way, to supervise something.
Examples:
Operate 24 hours a day. Manually operate a machine. This machine is too difficult to operate for me.
Cycle.
An interval during which a recurring sequence of events occurs, a bicycle or motorcycle.
Examples:
The cycle of the seasons. Go to the workplace by cycle. The food chain causes a material cycle.
Illustrate.
To provide pictures, photographs, diagrams, etc. in a book or something for explanation.
Examples:
Illustrate a key point. Illustrate a story. The company's financial records illustrate how successful it has been.
Collapse.
To fall down or give way suddenly, often after breaking apart.
Examples:
The stock market collapsed. Ready to collapse. The roof finally collapsed after 3 days and 3 nights of heavy snowfall.
Suddenly.
Quickly and unexpectedly.
Examples:
Suddenly attacked by an enemy. Die suddenly. Who answers suddenly knows little.
Chaos.
A state of complete confusion or disorder, often characterized by a lack of predictability or control.
Examples:
Chaos theory. Midst of chaos. The conference room was in chaos as everyone tried to speak at once.
Profound.
Extremely great, sensed or experienced very strongly, displaying a high level of knowledge or comprehension.
Examples:
A profound book. The profound depths of the sea. My mother's illness had a profound impact on us all.
Insight.
The ability to gain an accurate and deep understanding of people or situations, an accurate and deep understanding of what something is like.
Examples:
A profound insight. Share my insights. We gained various insights by analyzing the vast amount of data owned by the company.
Burden.
A duty, responsibility, etc. that is oppressive or worrisome, a load, typically a heavy one that is difficult to carry.
Examples:
Carry a burden. Burden of disease. That car has a low environmental burden.
Debt.
Something, especially money, goods, or services owed by one person to another, the state of owing something.
Examples:
debt ceiling, corporate debt. He became in debt after losing his job.
Accumulate.
To collect or acquire a large number of things over a long period of time.
Examples:
accumulate cash value, accumulate evidence. He has accumulated his wealth through real estate investments.
Mojo.
Personal magic or charm that gives someone a sense of power, good luck, or confidence, a quality of being attractive, confident, and effective.
Examples:
mojo energy, mojo charisma. He believed that his lucky mojo would help him win the big game.
Boom.
A sudden increase in economic activity, or a sudden happening that brings good fortune, a deep, loud, and prolonged sound.
Examples:
boom in sales, a sonic boom. The high technology industry is enjoying a boom.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
collaborate with colleagues, former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Transform.
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
transform an education system, transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Convergent.
Tending to come together or meet at a point, merging or intersecting, characterized by similarities or commonalities, particularly in different fields or areas of knowledge.
Examples:
convergent beam, convergent thinking. The similarities between the two cultures suggest convergent evolution.
Impressive.
Arousing admiration due to size, quality, or skill.
Examples:
impressive performances, an impressive array of facts. The budget reduction was an impressive feat for our nation.
Trend.
A general direction in which something is changing or developing.
Examples:
an international trend. The trend away from television. The oil price continued their downward trend.
Crumble.
To break or fall apart into small pieces or fragments, especially due to age, decay, or lack of support.
Examples:
crumble to dust. Began to crumble under financial pressure. The old building was starting to crumble due to years of neglect and lack of maintenance.
Explode.
To burst or break open violently and noisily, to cause something to burst or break open.
Examples:
explode in anger, Explode in popularity. The old building exploded in a fiery inferno.
Fiscal.
Relating to government revenue and expenditures, relating to financial matters.
Examples:
Fiscal policy. Fiscal year. The government is facing a fiscal crisis due to high levels of debt.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
Financial crisis. Crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Atlantic.
Relating to or located near the Atlantic Ocean, which is the second largest ocean on Earth, located between the continents of North and South America to the west and Europe and Africa to the east.
Examples:
Atlantic breeze. Atlantic salmon. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June to November each year.
Essentially.
Relating to the essential features or concepts of anything.
Examples:
Essentially correct. Become essentially same. Essentially, a society is an organism.
Structural.
Associated with the way on construction or organization of anything.
Examples:
Structural analyses. Structural reorganization. The earthquake resulted in significant structural destruction.
Facet.
One of the many aspects or sides of a subject or situation, especially when seen from different angles or perspectives, a particular feature or characteristic of something.
Examples:
Facet to a question. Important facet. The different facets of his personality make him a complex individual.
Demographic.
A statistic characterizing that describes people or groups of people based on their age, sex, income, etc.
Examples:
Demographic analyses. Demographic policy. Several demographic indicators correlate with care admission.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Excessive.
Greater than what seems necessary, normal, or desirable.
Examples:
An excessive force. Take excessive care. It would be best if you did not demand such an excessive charge.
Lever.
A handle used to operate a vehicle or a machine, a rigid bar resting on a pivot so that one end of it can be pushed or pulled easily.
Examples:
A gear change lever. Lever for reform. This initiative will be a lever for increasing company sales.
Sector.
A distinct part or division of something often used to refer to a segment of an economy or industry, an area or field of work or activity.
Examples:
Industrial sector. Private sector. The technology sector is constantly evolving and innovating.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Accelerate.
To make something faster or earlier, to cause to develop or progress more quickly.
Examples:
Accelerate a chemical reaction. Accelerate the car. The government tried to accelerate the commercialization of this development.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Millennium.
A span of 1,000 years, or the 1,000th anniversary, plural, millennia.
Examples:
Past millennium. Millennium bottle of wine. Our world is in the third millennium.
Ascendancy.
The state or condition of being in a position of power, influence, or dominance, the condition of having superiority or control over others.
Examples:
Political ascendancy. The ascendancy of technology. During the period, the ruling monarch had complete ascendancy over the kingdom.
Importance.
The quality of being important and worthy of note.
Examples:
A man of importance. High importance. I stopped by the branch though I have no business of importance.